Alright guys, what is up? I have been talking to you guys about stretching my ears for some time, and I want to kind of explain what I did. I have my gauges that finally came today in the kit. I'm probably going to be talking fast because I'm super excited. To full disclose right now that I'm no professional, but I've been doing research online and trying to get as much as I can to properly do this. I plan on going from a 14 gauge to probably like an 8 or 6. But I'm going to take my time and work slowly at doing this, starting at 14, then going to 12, 10, 8, 6. So I'm going to be giving my ears as much time as it needs in between. So I normally wear like an 18 gauge, a normal 18 gauge earring. I had like a week and a half before my actual kit came. So I wanted to at least expand my ears as much as possible before then, so this would be an easy transition. These are properly sanitized and everything. My hole is just a tiny bit bigger. If you guys can see the difference, it's not much, but I just wanted to make the 14 gauge process easier because I read that if you go from an 18 to a 14, it's not much, but it can be painful. Normal earrings that I wore, and those are... See, it did add a little bit of thickness because my ears were pretty closed. Now there's a tiny hole. Probably no difference. To my kit. I will link this too. I got this one off of Amazon. Highest rated kit. Okay, so here's the gauge kit. Every number from a 14 gauge to a 0. Okay, and here you guys go. They're all in a package. I wanted blue because I just wanted something that standed out. There was black, blue, silver, rose gold, rainbow. So let's make sure that we have all of ours. To start, 14, it actually looks a lot bigger online. Those are actually really tiny in person. 12, 10, those are 8. Wow. In person, 6 doesn't even look that big. I promised myself that's as big as I would go with a 6. And then I'm gonna be like everyone else and go to a 4 because everyone's like, oh, a 6 isn't big enough. So right now I'm going to be doing 14, and every new video you guys see will be the continuation. So from 14 to 12 to 10 to 8 to 6. I will say the packaging is really neat. It's really clean. It's really easy to figure out. But I'm also going to be doing what I hear a lot of people tell you to do. They say get in the shower and get into like warm water, and that will help the ear stretching process. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal, but I'm gonna do this regardless just to be as safe as possible. People say oil. There's good oils. So guys, obviously I'm not going to be showing the disinfecting part of every single time, but trust me when I say this, I will 100% disinfect every single one. They're so tiny, I could easily lose some of these, my little tunnels in it. And I'm gonna show you guys too with the tunnels what you have to do. Oil up my ears. Sorry if I seem super nervous, I am super nervous. I've been thinking about this all week on how it would go. Good amount of oil for just a little bit. Speed up the process. Hang up too. Everyone says the right ear hurts the most first, so let's try the right ear first. Yeah, there's definitely like a little bit of a pinch you feel. I honestly do think that my right ears are the worst. All right, so we're gonna slowly work this one in and work the other one in and come back to you guys. As you guys can see, I have them halfway in, but they're starting to pinch. What I'm gonna do is try to slowly work them in with oil, but rule of thumb, okay, I'm gonna be as honest as possible. I have tattooed myself completely. I don't know if it's because I recently got off my antidepressants or not, but my pain tolerance is a little bit lower than I remember. All right, guys, so I'm gonna give you the best of my knowledge of what had helped. As you guys can see, I have them all the way through, but it did take some strategy, and it's best to just stay calm as much as you're excited with getting your new gauges and go slow. That's what I had to do. I had to slow my roll, get in the bath and soak my ears. I soaked my ears in warm water for about 6 or 7 minutes, got out, and then attempted them. They were about halfway mark. Used this oil, but I'm probably gonna have to get a thicker oil because it didn't really feel like it was doing anything. I could feel the taper in my ear like dragging on the inside of my ear, and it was not pleasant. It did not feel lubed at all. But I've had the tapers in now for about 15 minutes or so. Took my time, kept stretching them as I was doing it, like pulling on my earlobes just a little bit to massage it. Breathe, make sure you eat something, because that's what I made the mistake of and almost passed out because of how fast I was going. I had to slow my roll down, but there is a little bit of swelling and tenderness not very much. 8s honestly are a decent size hole, and for me, first stretching and stuff, I don't think it would be that bad. You can see right through it, and it's a pretty decent size hole. Decide once I get there, but yeah. Okay guys, we're gonna put the tunnels in. All right, guys, it took me literally 4 hours with the tapers in, but I got 1 gauge in. The other taper in the right ear still has to stay because it's closing as soon as I push it out, so I'll probably try it in the morning and get back to you guys. So I'm going to end this video out since I don't think that I ever capitalized on how it felt, more of just the experience itself. And I will be doing this multiple times. I did a poll on Twitter, and most people said that they want to see separate videos instead of me waiting 2 to 3 months to be to the goal size. And just to capitalize on what happened, the left ear was a lot easier and went in smoothly. The right ear did not want to. I left the taper in for 2 days, and then on the second day it slid in. Even though it was kind of a struggle, I just had to make sure that everything was lubed up. Both ears had swelled a little bit, but there was no pain during the whole process. It felt more like a pinch, if anything, and that was the worst that I experienced. It was more of the fact that I didn't know what to expect, so it was kind of uncomfortable. It felt like a pinch once I got past the middle part of the taper, and then to the very end it kind of stung a little bit, but with the tapers in after a day on the right, that went away. With this, my left ear is like my good ear. I really didn't feel too much of anything. I don't even think I felt a sting, more of just a pinch the whole time. But then the actual tunnels themselves went in after 2 or 3 hours of leaving the taper in. So my left ear is obviously my better ear. The right ear is stubborn. So what I do plan on doing is, with the next stretch will be to 12, I will definitely be letting them in, going slower, and keeping the tapers in on both ears overnight at least, and just not messing with them so that I can hopefully get the tunnel in easy. Whereas with these, I was messing with them, and that was obviously aggravating the ear itself, constantly messing with them, trying to get them in over and over again instead of just letting the taper in, letting your ear adjust to the different size. Obviously with the taper, it's stretching. Just leaving it go is what I advise. 100%. I'm no professional. This is the first time I'm doing it, but that's what I've gathered. Really kind of a neat experience, and I'm super excited to do it again. It has now been exactly a week, and I do plan on doing it maybe in another week. That way I give myself proper time to heal from it, and they say you want to. Most websites say a month each. Mine, after a week already, my ears feel like they just have regular earrings in. I can play with them, I can twist them, and they don't hurt at all. They actually feel really comfortable, and I was worried about that because a lot of people said that stainless steel is less comfortable and stuff, even though it's better and more hygienic, and you can actually disinfect stainless steel, surgical steel, whereas with silicone, they say silicone and acrylic aren't the best, but they're more comfortable. I don't know. For these, they are really super comfortable, and after 2 days of them being kind of agitated, they were a little puffy, it went away. After 2 days, that's all it took. Now, like I said, it's been a week, and both ears don't have anything coming out of them. You will get residual skin or whatever, which is gross to say, but it's just from stretching it, sometimes your ear will shed and you get more. You do notice that even with normal earrings, so it doesn't really affect me that much, and I just clean them every day off with warm water, and then I soak them in warm water and a sea salt mix, and I just put it in a cup and put my ear up to it and let that soak for a little bit, and I've been doing that 2 or 3 times a day. That's all I can really advise for at least the first stretch, but every stretch is going to be a different experience. That's why I'm making multiple videos on it. Also to show you guys just up close of what they are on both sides. Not aggravated at all. and I was really worried because I thought the right one would be more aggravated, but now that I'm doing it, I'm actually really like excited, and I think it's really neat. I do not plan on going super far. I think like 8 gauge and 6 was like the max for me. We'll see when I get there. All right, I love you guys. Make sure to be happy, stress less. I'll see you in the next one. As always,